Hello everyone! Today we're going to discuss the environmental justice movement, what it is, what it fights for, and examples of the problems it vows to fix. The environmental justice movement insists that every person, no matter their race, ethnicity, nationality, gender, or social class, has the right to a clean, healthy environment, with equal access to environmental goods like nutritious foods, and a just part in the environmental decision-making affecting the health of their community. The movement also insists that environmental laws and policies are free of any discrimination and are enforced that way as well. We rely on the environment for what we need to live long, happy lives. People need nutritious food to be energized, clean air and water to stay healthy, and green space to improve mental health. As humans continue to take unsustainably from the planet, dispose of an excessive amount of goods, and use fossil fuels to power society, these necessities, which were once commonplace, are becoming harder to find. People know that we need or at least desperately want these things in our communities, and that is why the predominantly white upper class pays for it. Pays for healthy food. Pays for an abundance of trees, plants, and parks in their neighborhoods. Pays to keep fossil fuel power plants and waste sites out of their backyards. But as we continue to take, air and water pollution become more present. Natural disasters and rising sea levels force millions to flee their homes. Nutritious foods become harder to find, and parks become further and further away. But further away for who? Who breathes in more air pollution on a daily basis and has a harder time finding healthy food? All of these questions have the same answer: people of color, developing countries, and the lower class. This is what environmental justice vows to fix. Not just the inequity of environmental hazards in communities of color, but to forge a world where every person has access to clean air and water, good food, and a voice on what happens to their community. This requires systemic change away from polluting fossil fuels and overconsumption towards a clean energy society and sustainable lifestyles, focusing on the front line in communities of color and the lower income nations and families. They do not cause the majority of these issues, but they are the ones who are being affected the most. A classic example of environmental injustice is the Flint water crisis. It began in 2014 when government officials changed the water source of the predominantly black town of Flint, Michigan, because they were trying to save money. In the new water source, lead levels are found to be 104 parts per billion, when the EPA's limit for lead in drinking water is 15 parts per billion. The officials denied there was an issue. However, they later admitted that they never tested the new water source, the Flint River, for contamination. Let's end off with a call to action, filled with hope for our future. Environmental issues are not just an opportunity to create a clean, sustainable future for generations to come, but also a real chance to reshape our world so that it prioritizes the people, their health, and appreciates our differences. We can beat climate change and other environmental issues while creating a fairer world, but only if we act now and only if we work together, as if we are fighting for our own survival, because we are. Thank you for watching, and I have linked some sources and data below if you want to learn more about any of the topics discussed in this video. Bye!